This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, I guess I should have done an intro. Hey guys, first video in a really long time that's apparently not an Overwatch video. Apparently, I can't just upload Overwatch videos because that's boring. So we're doing the Stanley Parable. I've had this game in my Steam library for Lord knows how long. It's been maybe a couple years, and it's such an old game. I played it once, but I kind of forget how it goes. I know it's funny, I know it's witty, but I'm sure you'll enjoy this.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Look at this quality. The game defaulted to like 760 something by 768 4:3 aspect ratio. So
Stanley
it's an old game.
every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Okay, please don't
And then
start
one
out
day,
glitched.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
It's a
This complete
national holiday.
isolation. Something was
You
very
weren't supposed to
clear
show up to work today.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses,
Why?
he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone.
There's no jump, is there? There's just stray swads.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Alright, well,
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it
Jeez.
didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
stop. Oh. I'm just gonna turn off all the computers. Which one's the office room? I'm assuming just walk down these hallways. One of these has to open.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But do I want to?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, totally. This has to be.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
It's a pretty nice room. I'm not gonna lie. You can't see it. There's an achievement I just got. You can't jump.
Really worth it being here.
I keep trying to jump.
Back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Just want to see what's in there. Yeah, I'll just follow what he says.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Alright, I'll just listen to what he says. I guess this is the door I would have come through.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Things,
Stanley
winning more
decided
things,
to go
but
up
with
to
money.
his boss's
To buy
office,
more things,
hoping he
graphs,
might find
graphs
an answer
about
there.
things and money. We have our new product. We need help. We need less reviews. Space between the teenagers. Lot of percent, size of demographic. We can go in the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
There's gotta be something in here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Alright, whatever you say.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm just gonna do what it says to do. Just for the first run. Because I remember there's more than just one run.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I'm the most expensive boss. Sewage lilies. A cloud Monet. Let's see. Is there anything back here? I can't really see. Can't really see.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
914,
Facility.
remember that. Alright. Seems legit enough.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
How do I... oh. Security cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true
914.
nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where
Wait, what number was I?
nothing.
That one's on the staircase.
This
this button.
mind
Let's see what's up.
control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Probably.
Was this
That's
the
what
only reason
like
he was happy with his boring
real
job,
box
that his
office or
emotions had been manipulated
cubicle work
to
is
accept
like.
it blindly?
I don't understand why some screens that go further down and stuff. That one's just a couch. That one's the office, the boss's office. Who wants me to go here?
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah, probably.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Oh, what did I do? What did I do?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
No, the
He had
spinning
won.
stop.
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed
That's
from the
alluding to the
machine's
fact that
grasp?
there's
What other mysteries did this strange building
more to this
hold?
game than
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer
That's actually
would
really
anyone
cool.
tell him where to go
like the focus of the light.
or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Got an achievement, beat the game. But I know there's a whole bunch of different. Stop spinning. I'm back.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
Yeah.
Nothing will hurt.
That's why. Dude, that's why the. That's why the graphics are so crap. Oh, game just crashed. my screen. It's still open here.
Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy.
Everything looks so nice.
I will be happy.
What the heck?
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for
There's
sure,
a clock right
beyond
there.
any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Is that another one of the endings? I guess so. Let's see how many achievements there are. I've unlocked 1/10 of them. Don't play the game for 5 years. This is achievement. Click on door 430 5 times. 88888. Commitment. Entire duration of a Tuesday. Okay, well, I can go to the game and get one of the achievements right now. I can get the door 431. There's door 430 if it would stop spinning.
All of his co-workers would go, oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yeah.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No,
Yeah.
no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
Yeah.
Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Clicking on it.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Okay. 420.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
I can't go back up. 437. Where's that at?
When Stanley came
No.
to a set of 2 open doors.
Let's go through that again. Where's door 437?
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. Isn't this door gonna close? 416, 415.
Now, back to door number 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Where's that?
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419, that's... We're 18, 419.
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416 is right on this corner right here, right?
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
He's so enthusiastic about this.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes!
5.
We did it.
Got it.
Oh, wow.
Got the achievement.
That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
For now, that's gonna be it. I'll do more endings later. So this is just your first actual gameplay, I guess, in a really long time. This one was for you, James. Leave a like if you want more of these regular gameplays. Comment what you want, what game you want me to play, or what you want me to do in this game. Subscribe. Almost to 100 subscribers. We're at like 82. That's it. See you guys in the next video. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.